not a vampire, not an alien. I'm not the fucking mummy, I'm a goblin.
Greetings, my Goblin Nation. Welcome to the show. The Twisted Goblin here with Terrifier 1. We're going back in time. I think it's not the 80s movie. I think it's a early 2000 movie kind of thing. I was not sure what in this time period, but it feels like, okay, we had Hellraiser, and that's a gore fest, like really gory. Much gorier than Terrifier, but Terrifier feels like, okay, it's a little bit newer, it's a little bit going on, it's a little bit more of this age, because I think also in 2002 I think Saw came out, so and they are it's up there with Freddy, Jason, and Jigsaw, so that may mean those movies were already out. And besides, I think Jigsaw had me in. Terrifier was like one out. I'm not gonna see like, oh, Pennywise is better. Pennywise is like more better story. Jigsaw has this like a puzzle of it, and it's gory, but it's also like, this one is a very gore fest. And with that I mean like it's a very gory movie, but doesn't have a real plot. This is Terrifier 1. Terrifier 2, people get sick, people can, you also have to be like, they really went gory, even with this movie, they tried to get gory, they tried to get that bloody kind of thing, just a psychopath clown, feeling that it's funny to kill everybody, just so funny when people die, it's funny, but he doesn't talk, he doesn't kind of thing, he's very much old school 80s, 60s clown, that doesn't talk, he just does funny things. But in this case, he kills people, but not funny way. And then there's like, first is this gothic girl and the blonde girls. They cannot go home. They try to get over. They're a little bit drunk, but they try. So they go a little bit. If we would, so letting the alcohol a little bit not work anymore, so they can go with the car. They're very responsible. But then this clown shows up. This clown. We don't know what he is, don't know what, but he starts killing the ones in this because he gets dropped out of it. But he's kind of, I thought like, okay, he's gonna fall in love with this gothic girl. No! And also I think like, hey, this gothic girl is gonna be the main character, alright? We don't have a main character, we don't have anything. It's literally, this movie, all of this is a gore fest. Because you could have any killer. Doesn't matter what. Yes, he is a clown. Yes, but he doesn't stand alone. As Freddy, Jigsaw, Jason, like all of them have backstory, a tragic backstory, and backstory of something. This one doesn't have it at all. Not even a little bit. All we know about it is he lives in a fucking building and he loves killing and thinks it's funny. But it also doesn't talk, so you don't get cool one-liners. You don't get he just toys with he prey. He is a predator that toys with his prey. Then this gothic girl comes there, says he kidnaps the gothic girl, binds her up, and has her best friend upside down with a bone saw, and does the thing from her crotch, like, because she is upside down, from her crotch down to her face, like she just like, she yells and yells, and then it's like, and then you see that all happening, you see it happening, like she goes into, so you see like, they're not shy to show you all the gory stuff. They're not shy at all. They want you to see the gory stuff. They really want to see it, let you see it. So I'm guessing Terrifier 2 is also a little bit like that. But this one doesn't have a real story. It's just a gory. So some people think it's in gory fest. It's more movies. I'm like, it isn't, because it has still a puzzle. It has a puzzle that you can from the Saw franchise. You see, yes, they go a little bit gory. Yes, they try to be gorier than the last one, but it still has a plot. Still has this whole plot. But this one, all the plot is him killing. Then this girl comes out. Another girl comes out trying to find her friends that she after the gothic. But also like, okay, everybody. I didn't see that he's coming after he's hunting. After just takes a gun. It's like, really? You're not gonna stay with your niche thing. You're not gonna stay with a knife like Jason 4. Yes, he uses some other weapons, but he never uses a gun. But this clown uses a gun. And he doesn't even try to torture the gothic girl anymore. Just kills it. Sure, apparently she's still alive somehow. And he also takes the body, skins the girl from upstairs alive, gets the body to look pretty, like doing this clown, because he's a clown, very very morbid clown, having the body of it, thinking he's pretty with and tries to hunt him, like, you know, his prey. He's just playing with his prey. He's playing with his food because he is also loves eating faces for some reason. So that's the whole thing. We also saw in the beginning some woman that apparently survived the first time he showed up, survived the face all minked and messed up, but she's traumatized. She's able to do an interview. She does an interview as the survivor of something so horrible, so tragic. Like her whole face is mangled, her whole face she has almost no. But then, of course, she snaps because the producer, everybody is like in any age. People are like, yeah, we are open to it, but that guy looks ugly, or that's we are. So long the screen is up, we want to help you. When the screen is off, we think you're ugly. We think this tragic what happens, but damn, you look, oh my god, you look horrified. I thought you would tear my face off, like seeing that they're monster. She's a monster. So, well, that's tragic and thing, but she also is right, because seconds later that girl rips his face off. That's how the movie begins, and now we see more of it. The clown killing everybody, He kills everybody. He kills them all. Like a psychopath he is, a maniac he is. He kills this guy, he kills that woman. Everybody in that building gets killed. The only woman that doesn't get killed, but maybe does, I'm not sure, is the woman that was insane, had this baby, but it's a plastic pop, so it's not real. It's not a real baby, but she's like, hey, you know, my baby, Emily, and she then sees this the clown killing somebody. Then she's like, I need to get out of here. Tries to find the guy, but they think she's crazy. She is crazy, but she's not lying about a fucking clown. I always like, okay, if it's true, let's say 50%. There is a 50% is true. It's 50% not true. So it's better, like, okay, maybe we should call the cops just to be safe. Maybe we should investigate something, not just throw her away thing and go. Wait. Jesus fucking Christ! Sorry. Alright. Are we okay? Yeah. So she gets killed. That guy gets, of course, also killed, because if you don't listen to a woman that's warning you, you're dead. He dies. Then she tries to survive. Then sees that the clown is a little bit nicer. Wants to have a mother figure, I think. But either way, after that, the clown goes on a killing spree. Tries to kill everybody. They almost escaped. The guy, I think the concierge of the building, together with the girl, she gets her, because now the clown is like having his whip, but with knives on it, with stuff on it, trying to have fun. You know, he's trying to have fun, man. Let him have fun. Very terrible and very like deep web kind of a horrifying thing. But no, she survived it because of the concern to the security of the building or whatever he was. He can survive. He tries to like, yeah, the cops are coming. People just going with her. It's like also like, yeah, stay on the line. It's like, there's a psychopath in this fucking building. Hello, are you hearing me? You want me to stay on the fucking line? This is not a phone. I mean, there are flip phones now, but this is not a fucking phone for that. I need to go the fuck out of here. She is bleeding to death, so send the fucking cops. So this is a psychopath of a clown. Get the fuck out of here! So he tries to get out, but you know the doors are locked. The clown has some little train bike on it, but still he comes then and then just kills. Like with a thing going on, I'm like, holy Terrifiers! That guy, his face is all bashed in. It's a horrible sight, but still, I'm like, you know, that first one I thought was your niche, like somebody in 2, somebody that, but she seems to be like very much open-minded. For a psychopath in a movie, that's a little bit too open-minded. I mean, Saw's whole thing was a puzzle. He does it for a reason, killing, and he just kills for fun. But also, it's not like he tortured them all the time. He kills however he feels like it. He doesn't feel like he does this because one, she kills with a gun, other, he kills with a thing. The most very terrifying thing was when he kills. I thought he would torture. I thought when I saw the clown trying to get the leg off, I thought he would keep continuing trying to do that, like in pieces, letting them escape like that every time another piece of them. I thought he would be a little bit more terrifying, a little bit more, psychopathic killing instead of like, you know what, I'm tired of this. I think it's still funny and but whatever. I'm not a killer here. I'm not gonna say how he should do his job. So he keeps on terrifying her, and eventually she escapes, but goes into another. I'm like, you're in this open thing, and you're gonna go back inside? For what reason? But she does. She goes back inside, tries to have a weapon because the clown is like, no, and then the cops are here. Alarm goes up. Wait. She's like, oh, I'm saved. I'm gonna be saved. But the clown is like, you know what? This car, I overhear that car still works. Somehow he has the keys, and he rides right to the only survivor girl, and then the clown goes over his mouth and sees like she's mostly dead, unconscious at least, and he starts eating his face while the cops are showing up. He does his hands up. Well, one hand, the other, he takes a gun and shoots himself. Suicide. He just kills himself. I'm like, what a way to go. I feel like, okay, why the gun? Killers with guns in horror movies, it's never a good idea. It feels always like, not good. You should have something. Shouldn't be a hook, a weapon hook, but a weapon feels so like, too normal, like literally having just a gun. A gun feels too fucking normal. It feels like not terrified enough, because a gun, everybody can shoot a gun. Doesn't take much. Every American has a gun. Doesn't take much to do a fucking gun. It's more to be terrifying with a knife, terrifying with like Jason Voorhees has his machete. Freddy Krueger has his hands. And Jigsaw has his whole puzzles, a whole gaming going on. This clown just does whatever. His look is kind of iconic. His look is iconic. Like, I get his whole look. And he doesn't talk, fortunately. But it's like, okay, I can get my... His torture method, the first one was very terrifying. Very, like, holy shit, are we gonna see the movie the whole time like this? No. Because he also uses a gun for some reason. And I think the gun was a little bit too much. Felt like too normal. Yeah, that's weird to say for a horror movie. For somebody that's torturing, but it's also a horror movie, so it's not real life. It feels like, too easy to kill somebody. Even though they survive that sometimes, like in their cheek. But whatever. So it ends with him also being in the morgue. And then some electric stuff happens, and he is alive again and kills the practitioner. I'm like, this has a supernatural element to it. Why? Nothing is explained about this clown. Nothing at all. He has nothing else than a clown that's a psychopath, loves killing. That's it. That's all we know about it. We don't have a main character because the two friends were drunk from a party, gets it, and that's that. Then the girl shows up. That was like first we thought, oh, okay, the Gothic is the main character. Nope, she dies half of the somewhere around half of the movie, or a little bit over the half of the movie. Then her sister or her cousin shows up. She survives with her face being bashed. She looks like the one from the beginning. We find out she is the one of the beginning of the movie. That's the another twist. That's like, oh shit. She is the but then it's like the clown is alive. The clown is a sort of demon-eating face and makes others also becoming psychopathic without a face. The ones that without a face or something. I don't know. I have no idea what this movie is. Is it good? It's a decent movie. Don't get me wrong, decent. But it has no plot. People are complaining that the first one didn't have a plot. That it was like very much like not. But there's also like there's no main characters to be attached to. It's just a horror fest. This is what I think true horror fests are, kind of thing. It's not Jigsaw where yes you have to like this bloody, yes they do, but you still have a plot. You still have this whole plot. This is just let's have a horror psychopath in here. Let's have a horror psychopath in here, and let's see what happens. That's I'm not scared of this movie. I think Pennywise is better. I think it's not up there with Freddy, Jason, and Jigsaw. It's not up there. He's certainly not. But this is just like the first movie. The second movie is just out in the theaters. So I wanted to see the first one. Seeing that, like, do I get sick of it? So far, I'm like, yes, the killings sometimes are, but there are also the simple killings with a gun that I don't get, like with a gun. I think there are some creative ways for killing that they did very well, like a very awesome her from her middle to her head. Like that whole Simbang was very. I thought we would see more like horror fest like that. I'm like, holy shit! That's like, oh my god. That's if that's the whole. Is this just the beginning of the movie? I'm like horrified what I'm gonna see next. But I didn't see worse than that. That was like the typical point of the worst thing you see in this whole movie. I think Hellraiser is still way more of a horror fest. But at least it has a plot, it has some connection. And later the movie that went less to the horror fest going on and went another direction. But that's like where demons from horror are like gods pretty much of the flesh. This clown seems like a little bit of that, but nothing explained. He didn't even. He almost died every time, and then when he finally died, he came back for some reason. We don't know what. Just like, let's see what back. Horror style. So I give this one a 7.7. I feel like it was a good movie. It was not a bad movie, but I also like. I didn't see the horror fest that now people see in Terrifier 2. I'm not sure that Terrifier 2 is that much more, but it's also like maybe it is more, and I just didn't. Maybe they stepped on top with Terrifier 2. Maybe that's why it's been long since Terrifier 1. It's like let's wait till the graphics, design, everything can go step even beyond terrified. That we can. It's like that one scene you saw that you think is horrifying. We did that and that the thing that I thought this movie would do when I saw like they're going. Oh my god, they're gonna go all in with that. But also I'm like. I also like plots. I think stories are more important than a thing because of Saw I love because the puzzles, the things that work together. It's why I didn't like Spiral. Yes, somebody get influenced by it, but it's like we throwing everything we know about the Jigsaw. It's always like every person takes in it. So we're going after every person individual, like not a whole cops kind of thing. A Spiral did that, and I'm like, I don't like that. But Terrifier, I'm like, I don't like. I have like moments I like about Terrifier, but and the clown thing, but also like I don't see. It seems like a just normal horror movie, but no plot at all. Just him killing in a building, and there is no main character to get attached to. It's not just like, okay, we have this killer, we have a killer behind this, and we are being invested by the two girls. It's like we get a little bit invested, but they don't survive at all. So what's the fucking point? And then the girl that does survive, we don't know nothing about that. Just she came out of nowhere. Feels like it doesn't have enough plot. Even if the killer would be just a clown, a killer, you could have had the main characters being a little bit more in it. Terrifier felt like they wanted to make just a gory movie. It's not the goriest I ever saw, but it's also like that's what they wanted to be, just a gore fest. Didn't feel nothing more. Anyway, that's just my opinion about this movie. You know, everybody has another opinion. Some people maybe would be getting sick of Terrifier, like literally getting sick and feeling, I don't know. But I'm not. I didn't feel like this scared the living cheeses out of me. I'm like, okay, where is the next scene? Okay. Should I be invested in this? Should I be invested in this? I feel like, can I skip? I feel like always like trying to like, is this movie not ending? Is this movie not ended? I'm interested in the ending. Like, I'm really interested in the next scene and the next scene. Every time, it's like from the moment I saw her, I was like, where is the next thrill? Where is the next gory stuff? Where is the plot? Are we gonna see some backstory with it? I was waiting for some backstory, but I never got it. So yeah, I'm not gonna say it's up there. It's Pennywise is so much better than Alien. Pennywise at least has also main characters that makes fucking sense. The Loser Club, and they all make sense. Those because you still had, like, besides Pennywise, you had the others that feed on fear. Pennywise was a much better clown. This one also feel like you could have any didn't have to be a clown. You could have had just a psychopath. You could have had anything. The look looks pretty cool. Does look cool, but doesn't feel like what I could be. But that's just my opinion about Terrifier 1. What's your guys? Do you guys like Terrifier 1? Do you ever seen Terrifier 1? Or you're scared away from it? Because I would be like, if you like horror movies like Hellraiser, Jigsaw, Jason, Freddy, I feel like this one is gonna be fine. It does have some good plot, but if you wanna see it at Halloween, what is now or was now, don't know sure when you see this, but either way, it's a good, it's a fine Halloween movie. Not too much happening. I know 10,000 other movies that are way better, or the plot, or at least the characters you get invested with it. I'm gonna go back to from my 7.7. I go back to a little bit less, 6.7. I'm gonna do a point off because I feel like the more I think about it, the more I watched it just now, and I'm like, the more I'm thinking about it, the more the couple of Twisted Goblin thinks about it, the less I kind of like it. Because if I'm being honest, yes, it was entertaining enough to keep my attention the whole movie. But the more I think about it, the more I think I'm like, yeah, the pizza chips were very awesome, delicious. Yes, I had some chocolate as well while watching this, but also I don't think it's, maybe Terrifier 2 I'm maybe gonna see on the big screen on my VR. When I have the hand on it, maybe it's better when you see it in glorious big screen. Maybe I get sick, who knows. I mean, I thought the hot chip challenge would not scare the fuck out of me, or make me like, oh, I have to drink a lot. I had to drink a fucking hour. That was scary. Like drink an hour and be blind for 5 minutes. Now that's fucking scary. You'll be amazed what weapons can be. There are some scary things that can happen. The Terrifier is not one scary. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this review of Terrifier 1. Sorry that's like a half fucking hour. I'm sorry, I'm the Twisted Goblin. I can rant sometimes a long time, and sometimes I cannot even rant 2 minutes. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed Terrifier 1, 2, and happy Halloween if you celebrated it. If you didn't, happy Hanukkah. No, wait, that's Christmas. Anyway, happy whatever you want to celebrate today. Just do it. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.
Then the days got worse and worse, and now you see I've gone completely out of my mind.